Today I am going to show you how to make a Brussels sprout gratin. Gratin, I don't know. My French accent is a whole lot like my English accent. Would you like some water? Really, really horrible, but that doesn't prevent me from using it. The thing about a gratin is it's lots of cheese and cream. That's what goes into it, which make even Brussels sprouts taste delicious. Who knew? I love Brussels sprouts, but when you're raising 3 boys, getting Brussels sprouts in their system means you add a little something to the Brussels sprouts. Our Brussels sprouts are all chopped and ready to go, so I'm gonna melt 2 tablespoons of butter because butter makes Brussels sprouts and everything way better. So we're gonna melt this up. 30 seconds. Now we're gonna take the butter and we are going to dump it over the Brussels sprouts. And then we're going to add heavily seeded Dijon is the kind you're gonna want for this recipe. You can see it's got all the good yummy seeds in it. You're gonna dump that in. And then you are just gonna mix it all up. Your Brussels sprouts are evenly coated with butter and Dijon. You're just gonna dump it in your gratin pan, whatever it's called, pan. And then spread it out, and then you're gonna pop these in the oven for about 25 minutes and let them soften up. While the Brussels sprouts are softening up and roasting in the oven, we're gonna chop up our shallot, and then we're gonna fry our shallot and our pancetta together. Chop up your shallot nice and fine. We're going to put a little olive oil in the bottom, some pancetta, and the shallots. And then we're just going to roast it up until it's lightly brown. While the Brussels sprouts are cooking, I am going to shred the Gruyere cheese. The thing with cheese is you can get it pre-shredded, but there is a significant difference in shredding it yourself. It's so much fresher, it melts differently, and it has a completely different texture to it. So I'm a big fan. There are a lot of places to skimp in recipes. Shredding your own cheese is not one, not unless you just don't have a choice. All right, so the Brussels sprouts are ready to come out of the oven and get their added cheese and pancetta, and then go back in the oven for a little more baking. So the pancetta is nicely browned, and so now we're going to use like a slotted spoon of some sort to remove it from the pan and add it into the Brussels sprout mixture. Look at that. Yum! The purpose of the slotted spoon is just to get a lot of the oils out. You don't want it to be too oily. It's kind of gross. Such a gourmet cooking term, kind of gross. Add the pancetta and the shallot mixture, and now we're going to add the Gruyere cheese and some cream. I never said it was a healthy recipe, but I will tell you it's going to taste delicious. Just gonna mix it up. And then you're gonna pop it back in the oven, roast up a little bit. And then while that is baking, you're gonna mix up the Parmesan and the breadcrumbs to put over the top because that's the perfect crunch that you're gonna add to this nice creamy gratin. So the Brussels sprouts are in the oven, and I'm mixing together the panko and the Parmesan. And then we're gonna sprinkle that over the top and let that brown up for about 5 to 10 minutes. Brussels sprouts are ready for their topping. Look at that. So we are just going to now sprinkle the Parmesan and panko coating over the top. We're gonna completely cover it. And then we're gonna put it back in the oven and brown it up for about 5 to 10 minutes. Cannot wait to eat it. So you let it sit for 5 minutes so it can cool a bit and it won't fall apart. It'll hold it together a bit more. And then we'll cut into it and enjoy it.